So Mines is coming back. It's coming back on 8 December. After maintenance on this Friday, at least for me, or Thursday, depending on if you're in the Western Hemisphere. Uh, Mines will be back, and this means that everyone has to grind up to floor 200 again. I decided that I've made so much content on Mines. I've made content on how to nuke different stuff without my mic. I've made content on what I do nuking, like for example, I nuked uh, the Bluebird when it came out. I did the Elp Numas with Helpers for Vel, but I figured that since there's not much content to post on clearing, I decided that I was going to create a video for new players to at least sort of understand what my thought process is before Mines actually starts. So if you learn how my thought process goes before mine starts, I figured that you guys, at least people who do not try as much in this game, to at least understand how I approach this game, and maybe you can take some inspiration and then you can improve on your own clears as well. Maybe you get a head start. The idea is that before you play mines or before you play raids or for any of that matter, you should first understand that most of the content has already come out in JP, and by understanding this information, you can do research on it. The idea is that you need to do research, do your own due diligence, so that you are able to get a head start, and then you will not be limited to 3 weeks, but you will be limited to 3 weeks and a few more days. You're basically giving yourself additional time to work with by having this preparation. So if you are a new player and you thought to yourself, hey, I'm gonna take this Mines seriously from now on, I'm actually going to put in effort, I want to prepare, but I don't know where to start, I don't know what the bosses do, I don't know how to play the game. What you do is you go to Grand Summoner's official Discord, okay, and then you go to this GS bot commands so that you can type in this bot command that I'm about to share with you. You write ... you write Mines Guide. You write Mines Guide, it pulls out a Google Docs. As you can see, it pulls out a doc here. It's going to show you all the bosses, all the mechanics. It's going to teach you what Mines is all about. It's going to write some Raz and Daz, the bullshit, whatever shit. Leo Waves, whatever the fuck. This is all for noobs. Then you come here for more intermediate players who want to know what the bosses actually do. You can see like Aldius, he curses people, blah blah blah. Then you have recommendations units. Then Aldius, you can see like immune to physical, blah blah blah, can only take damage from magic, blah blah blah. You get all these bosses here. You also get info on all the equipment and what they're good, whether they're good or not. I'm not gonna tell you what the good ones are today because there's other videos for obvious reasons. You can ask me in the comments, but basically this document provides almost everything you need. Now the problem is, this document is too fucking long. Let's be real, are you really going to dig through 74 pages worth of content and memorize it off the back of your head in 3 weeks? No! So, what I do personally is, well, I have to cut that one out, but long story short, I made a list for someone. This guy was unappreciative as fuck, but I'm just going to use this list anyway. This list, basically I wrote like what each boss does and like what you can write. I mean what comm you can use, what they actually do. I explained everything. Generally the guy memorized it, but basically it's easy, okay? Until you get to like the higher floors, the mobs are generally the bigger problem. Keep that in mind, the mobs are generally the bigger problem because you are most likely going to nuke the bosses and your multiplier deals too much damage to the bosses these days. The problem is surviving to the boss because Teriodos is going to kill you so fucking hard that it's actually not even funny. Imagine this, you log into a game, Teriodos comes in and blasts your ass on wave 1 and you don't even have arts available. So I recommend you run something like Terraterus, I recommend you run like Mirror Hood if you have it, I recommend you run Fire Cheese. Basically, these are the stuff you need to know. At least you know it now in my video. That's why you're watching it, right? But we're not here for that. What I'm trying to tell you is you should write a list. You should create a list for yourself to understand what should you use in each boss. And if you were confused on like a certain boss, for example, man, Omega Palamisia, how the hell do you beat that? I don't have paralyzed, blah blah blah. Well, people like me on YouTube, we post like all this content. Everyone is trying to be some sort of unique YouTuber, posting their minds content. You can YouTube them and then you can like search them up, see how they do it. I personally, I've posted tons of minds videos, but for the purpose of live demonstration, I'm just gonna do it right now. So if, for example, I don't know how to beat Omega Palamisia, I'm gonna go Minds Palamisia nuke. Wow, who comes out? Me, right? You have NL Extinct, I know this guy. I know this guy, he was an XDK member. This is from CPR. You see, everyone is posting content on this. The matter is whether you want to learn or not. So search them up and you will receive. And if you enjoyed this video, well, I'm glad you did, because this is not this is not entertainment content. Like I'm OP giving false advice. I'm here straight up saying it. He gives false advice, but has tons of viewers because his content is entertaining. I'm here trying to push out educational content. I'll be posting this on Grand Summoners official Discord, multiple clans Discords, any Grand Summoners Discords, or maybe even Facebook, which most probably will not happen. I try to make as much educational content as possible, and if you are interested in my content, or if you have any questions, feel free to interact me on the YouTube channel. I pretty much know who's commenting. I pretty much am keeping up with my audience retention and all this. So if you really need advice, hit me up. You can even hit me up on Discord at GrimXDDD. It's written here. The only problem is I will block you if you are straight up trolling me. There's no exception. So if you have any want for educational content, just give me a sub or whatever, and I'll see you in the next video.